It is Sunday evening. Do you know where your children are? We are about to kick stuff off in a few moments. I decided to kick on a bit early, so that is what is happening. Tune in, tell your friends. There's a lot of shit going on, and this is not a political podcast, but there are some things going on. We're going to try and stay in the crypto lane, but I hope you can join us in some debauchery. It is Sunday night. What does that mean? It means that Monday is the time to start a new week, new revelations, new inspirations. So that is what we are doing. We are having beers on Sunday. Monday, we're going to turn up the heat. We're going to be up super early, cranking stuff out. I hope you guys join us. Tune in, give the thumbs up, do all the things. We're going to start in about 3 minutos. We are almost there. All right, I can wait no longer. So last time I've been out of the mix because I've been moving. I apologize. Like, who am I apologizing to? Like three or four of you. But to three or four of you, look, I've been going through some shit moving. It has not been easy. I will explain all of that. We are about to get into it. Yesterday was my first day back. I forgot to hit record. So today I'm trying to dot the I's and cross the T's. It is about to get busy. So let's see if we can actually do this the way it is supposed to be done. Here we go. What did it? Yo, what is going on? I just have to say that I moved and I moved for the right reasons. Was searching for creativity and just something different, and I landed in a place that has more than I asked for or anticipated, so I am pleasantly surprised. I am currently in Austin, Texas, and it is possibly my new favorite city. We have been watching the chain flyer, just a representation of what is happening on the Bitcoin blockchain. And before we get into some news, I just wanted to throw up the heat map. Why? Because it is green. And any time it is green, it is a good thing. And you know what else is green? Today's sponsor, Hazy IPA, Sierra Nevada. This is family owned, operated, and argued over. They are not sponsoring me, but I love it. It is super tasty. And here is something that I want to bring up absolutely immediately. So I am in Austin, Texas, and it is the Hazy IPA capital of the world. I have been absolutely so impressed with the selection of IPAs that are here. I feel bad drinking a Sierra Nevada Hazy IPA. This is my go-to IPA. It is delicious all the time, every time. But I have landed in a place that has sophistication, a palate that is so broad, a taste profile that goes from bitter to not bitter to hoppy to fruity to floral. It is majestic. If you are a beer drinker, I recommend Austin, Texas as a must-stop place to be. And as it turns out, I happen to live across the street from a brewery. So I do not see good things happening either for me or the brewery. But I am happy that I am here. So we are going to get into some things as I am looking at things. And it's interesting. Normally, as a lot of you guys know, I put out a Substack in the morning. If you don't subscribe, you're a dick or a not nice, just a person that is not nice. I come through a lot of stories. If you think about it, I go through about 31 websites every morning, and on each of those websites, I may pull up 5 or 6 stories. So now we have 31 websites times 5 or 6, and then I comb through all of those and decide, what do I want to think about? What do I want to put in the mix, into the overall flow? How am I thinking about things? What do I think today is going to represent? And I craft all this shit. I put it together. I spend about 4 hours doing this every morning, waking up at 4:30 in the morning, and I send that shit out for you guys. And it is free. And my subscription rate goes up. My readership rate is solid. The people that receive it actually read it. There is useful information in there. I look at it like it is, if you are in the NFT, gaming, crypto space, meme coin space, it is the best morning shitter read you are going to have. Pull that thing up when you're on your shitter. I make it especially mobile friendly. Listen, you get up in the morning, take your phone in there, quit looking at Twitter, look at my update, figure out what the fuck is going on, then start making moves. You will thank me. Get smarter faster with Rare Bits. Let's get into it. Bitcoin investors begin to ponder what's next after the ETF mania cools. Is there anything in the shotgun? Holy shit, is it over? Like, are we just waiting for the next halving? Is that what's happening? IRS has just finalized new regulations for crypto tax reporting. If you thought you were skating by, you are not. It is time for a crack-a-lackin' and an air horn of a beer. Next up, we have Shiba Inu versus Dogecoin. Who you voting for? Leave it in the comments. I will not read it. Next up, the U.S. Treasury has just finalized a crypto rule to prevent serious tax evasion. So we have the U.S. Treasury and the IRS. They have simultaneously fucking packed their guns with ammunition, and they are coming after your Bitcoin. That is what is happening. It seems like I read the same story twice, and I didn't, because these are two separate entities that are both coming for your shit. Next up, boring Bitcoin sends weekend trading volume to all-time lows. Have you been enjoying a little slumberous hot summer? I will tell you where I am. The heat index is 107. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Sunday, June 30th. It is the last day of this motherfucking month, and it is time for some rare bits. We are going to get into it today. The crypto greed and fear index, it jumped back up 17 degrees. Who is running this thing? Anyway, we are coming in at a 47. NFT sentiment, it remains neutral, and we are going to unpack some NFT shit that will make you wish you had been following this podcast. Next up, top crypto search term for the normies, and this specifically plays into what's happened in NFT land. You know what the normies are searching for? They're searching for Solana. Why? Because there's an ETF coming, and it may go parabolic. What does that mean? The NFTs may go parabolic. We're going to touch base on that in a minute. Top NFT search term as far as normies go and NFTs, they are searching for something called NFT drop calendar. They want to know how to figure out what NFTs are coming out. When are they coming out? How can they get in line to be a part of the drop season? The drop season has dissipated. It has disappeared over the last, I want to say it's disappeared since meme coin season came to be about. But what is interesting is there's no more hustling for whitelist. There's no drops. But if we flip the script and think future forward, will these things come back? I believe so. I've always said that. I stand by that 100%. The normies are starting to think about it. A lot of times that means the top is in. Could we be in a new paradigm where when the normies are searching for something, it doesn't mean the top is in. It means the bottom has just started to rise. I am thinking about this in live real time, and I am reevaluating some of my thought processes as we look at the past bull markets. I do not think our future forward market analysis will be the same. I think it is impossible. I think the new players that are about to jump on board are going to flip the script in so many ways. We have Bitcoin dominance. It is up on the 24 hours. ETH dominance has fallen a bit. Total crypto market cap has stayed about flat. Last time I looked, we were at about $2.31 trillion. And before we get into more news that caught my eye, and there is some shit happening, we are going to look at some numbers for the nerds. We are looking at the crypto heat map. And as you can see, if you are tuned in to the live stream, wherever fucking people watch shit, if you're listening to the podcast, what I'm going to tell you is we are looking at a green crypto heat map across the board, and it is beautiful. Now, if you listen to the podcast, you also know that I think Bitcoin is going to continue to go down. So these dead cat bounces, these bounces that we are seeing, I do understand the elation that settles in, but I have not gotten excited yet. In my view, if we cross 75K at any point, that will mean all of my prediction and insight is absolutely crap shot out of the window. Stop listening to the podcast. Cancel your Substack subscription. Um, but you got to pick. You got to pick a direction, and I have picked mine. So we are seeing some bounce. Let's dive into it and see what this actually means. Okay, so looking at the numbers at this moment in time, we have Bitcoin coming in at 62,883. Ethereum is trading at $3,445. BNB at 584. Solana at 147. These numbers to me are not super impressive. What I do want to touch on is we have Toncoin. I've been following this in my Substack and in my analysis for, I don't know, 4 months. When we started, was it at this price? No. It was about 300% less than it is right now. Toncoin is coming in at $7.65. What is interesting, it has moved up the ranks to number 8 in the total crypto market cap. Keep this on your radar. It is so nice to see everything turning around. Now, I am going to look at the individual coins. We're just going to look at the top 3 super quick. And on the 1 month spectrum, I want everybody to just take a look at this. So we have Bitcoin on the month, right? We are down. It is retracing. We have to go back up. Is this a bounce? This is not my call. This is your call. Everything is down, but possibly rebounding. Keep in mind, everybody does all the technical analysis. I love it, but we have to keep in mind sentiment is a huge portion of what happens. And when people lose interest, prices go down. And there may be instigators that cause price spikes, but these spikes wear off very quickly. It's like when there's live breaking news and nobody to receive the news company does not continue to report the same news, right? They move on. And so these spikes may come and go through the summer. They may fall on deaf ears. So I'm just saying, prepare yourself for volatility. I want to look at blockchains by NFTs sales volume over the last 24 hours. We have not seen this in over 3 months. Solana is the number 1 blockchain. The trade volume is up 67% in the last 24 hours. It surpassed Ethereum, Polygon, Bitcoin, Mythos, Immutable, and Flow, and the Blast blockchain. What caused it? Well, earlier this afternoon, okay, this is almost sickening to me. So, a couple things. Mad Lads. I used to be an owner of Mad Lads. And I was going through some things in my life, and my father was dealing with cancer, and my dog was also dealing with cancer. And I had no extra money to do things with. I did not have a job. I was looking for work, but due to family obligations and some things that were going on, I was on standby. Long story short, I had a Mad Lad, and I had to sell my Mad Lad to deal with my dog. This is a dog that I had for 11 years, and I had to sell my Mad Lad to pay a vet bill, basically to put her down. Shortly thereafter, my father passed away. I also caught COVID. I broke 3 ribs. It was probably the worst 6 months of my life. And so Mad Lads has been one of these collections that I've followed. I love Armani. I love what they're doing. It's something I wanted to be a part of. I wasn't able to get in on the mint, but there was a point where I watched and I watched and I watched, and I picked a point where what little money I had, I was like, Mad Lads, now is the time. And I purchased my Mad Lad. This is before the wallet came out. I just watched so much magic coming down the pike. And I had to sell before these announcements that took it parabolic because of my dog and family situation. So long story short, I missed out on a a parabolic rise that Mad Lads had. So the past couple of months, I've been watching for a reentry, and there has been FUD in the system, just FUD in the machine, right? The fucking The machine has slowed down and people do not know what to do. It does not mean it's run out of gas. It means be patient. So I have been watching Mad Lads, and I think it got down to, I don't know, maybe best price I saw, I don't know, it was maybe $6,900 on a specific day, right? And I almost pulled the trigger. And because of my continued situation, I'm not able to risk, right, on an NFT at the moment. So I did not pull the trigger. So Mad Lads, it's continued from this moment. Like I picked the bottom previously on Mad Lads. I picked the bottom, I think, this time on Mad Lads, but I was not able to pull the trigger. The price has slowly risen. Even with Solana FUD going down, Mad Lads is kind of elevated. It fell under $10,000, which hadn't happened in a long time. And earlier today, somebody jumped in and purchased $1 million worth of Mad Lads in one swoop, just swept the floor. And now Mad Lads are sitting at about 15,000 plus. We're going to look at that in a moment. But it basically went in the last, I don't know, 50, 45 days. It doubled in price. So they continue to absolutely astound me, impress me. They are the leaders of the Solana blockchain. I will be back with you guys one day soon. I have some jobs that may be coming in. So as soon as I land a job and I have money that I can afford to spend on things, it will be a Mad Lad. Okay, so I love seeing that the Solana is just cranking. It's above Ethereum, Polygon. Polygon is above Bitcoin. What is happening? All you runes holders. Okay, no. We're going to get into all that stuff. So we're now looking at the Ethereum heat map. You can see, and it has not been this way for a minute. The Bored Ape Yacht Club is currently in pole position, replacing Pudgy Penguins, Milady Makers, and CryptoPunks as far as volume in the last 24 hours. When we look at top sales on the Ethereum spectrum, CryptoPunks are leading the way, but we had a cheetah skin Bored Ape number 9775 sell for 59,000 US dollars. Then, what is so interesting, the top 4 sales at the moment: CryptoPunks, Bored Ape, Milady Maker, Bored Ape, Pudgy Penguin, Bored Ape. What is happening? Are Milady Makers, are they cementing their prowess to move forward? Will they be the leaders of the next era? When we look at, so normally I look at the top volume movers in the last 24 hours. Because it is Sunday and we look at things a bit differently, I wanted to look at over the last 30 days. This is volume. You can see in the top 6 collections, everything as far as floor price over the last 30 days is down, except Milady Makers, which over the last 30 days are up 20%. If you make 20% on your money in 30 days, that is a fucking brilliant investment. Here's another idea. By purchasing a Milady Maker, you get access to a level of alpha that is unprecedented, in my opinion, in the crypto space. So you spend $25,000 for the next month, you get insight on mechanics and things that are happening in the marketplace. And a month later, you decide to sell, you pull your 25% back out, profit, and you also got insight and a group of new friends and community to live and breathe and prosper with. So these are all some wonderful things to think about. Next up, and what I have to do is before my computer shuts off. Okay, now, holy shit. I just pulled up the heat map for the Solana ecosystem. If you are not watching and just listening, we have just that fucking hardy, jolly green, giant green in. Mad Lads are up 13% on the 24 hours. Their floor price is currently 100 salamis. I am sure it will continue to go down because people that have wanted to sell for whatever reason, that need their money, whatever their story is, they will try and get out on this bump. We'll see it go down, but it will tend, I don't know. I love what is happening here. When Mad Lads go up, everything on the Solana ecosystem goes up. Do you guys think a Solana ETF is on its way? Leave word in the comments. I will not read them. Okay, look at this. So when we saw this sweep on the Mad Lads, not only did we see the bottom end collection go up, but we saw a bunch of lasses, the female Mad Lads, get scooped up. In my view, when this happens, the next female Mad Lads that are available are going to be very desirable, very difficult to get a hold of. That is a floor price that, in my view, will continue to go up quicker than any part of that collection. So take note of that. And that is just my view. When we look at the top movers, again, over the last 30 days, we have Mutanmon, Mad Lads, SMB Gen 2, Famous Fox Federation, and SPL on Solana, the 20s. Everybody is in the red except Mad Lads and SMB Gen 2. So SMB Gen 2 is one of the OG collections on Solana. It is similar to the CryptoPunks on Ethereum. If you are thinking about entering this ecosystem, you want a current fancy player. Mad Lads, to me, it is up 55 on over the last 30 days. It's up 55%. So to me, now is not the time to buy Mad Lads. This is going to absolutely come back down. Do I think there will be a time to get in again? Yes. I watched this collection more than just about any collection in NFTs because I like what they're doing. I like the backbone. I like the story. And you know, timing is everything. I do know when I think the good time to get involved with it is. Have I been able to pull the trigger? One time, yes. I was not able to sell when I wanted. I knew when to buy again, was able to buy. Nope. But I am watching. I am learning. I am understanding this flow, especially with this collection. So I will tune you in when I think the next time to buy this collection is. So my view, looking at the 30-day Mad Lads SMB Gen 2s, two great collections to watch. SMB, I would wait for some stuff to die down. So if we look at sales over the last 30 days, SMB Gen 2 on Solana, they've done 1,000 sales. Mad Lads have done 725. A lot of that was done today with $1 million worth of purchase price, basically taking the floor from about 10,000 to 15,000. It looks like we are dropping already back down to about 14,900. So I think we're going to see that continue to go down over the next couple of days, but we will find a level playing field. I don't know. In my view, maybe around, look, even if the floor drops all the way down to where this purchaser dropped $1 million to acquire the floor, he will still be in profit. Do I think we reach $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 without some outstanding news in the ecosystem? I think, yes, there may be an entry. I'm looking for an entry on Mad Lads maybe in August, maybe around August 15th, just because from a sentiment market point of view, that is the doldrum, that is the hottest point in the United States. That is when everybody is offline. That is when sentiment is anywhere but crypto. That is a magical time. Not only does crypto need to be pumping at that time, but NFTs need to be pumping at that time. Nobody is releasing NFTs right now. So to spark that magic in the middle of August is going to be difficult. If you are looking to enter, in my view, on the Solana ecosystem, I would look at Mad Lads and SMB in August. Let's mark my words. So Mad Lads currently today, $14,900 US. SMB Gen 2, $5,400. We will see what the price is 45 days from now. Tomorrow is July 1st. Okay, it is time for this horn. So let's get into this. We're going to get into the Bitcoin ecosystem. Is this a time to enter? Is the speculation elsewhere? We have such a short attention span. with that short attention span, remember that things are cyclical. So, like, we fly around to these new ecosystems, but they come back. So, when we see things that are down, is it a time to buy? When we saw Mad Lads at $9,000, right? Sentiment had died off and fear, uncertainty, and doubt sets in. And you're like, I don't want to pull the trigger. But somebody else sees that FUD and they're like, now is the time to buy. Somebody dropped 1,000,000 smackarolis and the price is up $5,000 instantly. So to me, anybody that is dropping $1,000,000 on a collection, to me, that is smart money. That is smart money beyond my pay grade. I don't get it. I follow it. So I follow the ideology behind why somebody would make that movement. So these are statements, and to not think they're statements is a mistake. When Machi Big Brothers buys a bunch of Bored Apes, to me that's not a statement. That ruined that collection. When somebody buys $1,000,000 worth of Mad Lads, that's something different. That's worth talking about and investigating. So these are subtle differences that make a huge difference. Looking at the top sales in the Bitcoin ecosystem, I think yesterday I did my first video back, but I forgot to push record for the podcast. And the only comment that I had looking at the OMBs that are for sale is that we are starting for the first time to see some green eye OMBs popped up, and we have not seen that for a minute. Next up, we are looking at the top moving collections over the last 30 days. Floor price for every single Bitcoin NFT collection is down. The top 5 collections: Node Monkeys down 23%, Bitcoin Puppets down 3%, Runestones down 26%, Quantum Cats down 12%, Frux down 29%, OMB down 17%, Blob down 38%, the Royals down 69%. Those are the top 9 volume collections over the last 30 days, and they are all down. Is this a time to buy? We are getting really close. We are watching Bitcoin go back up towards $63,000. Do you think it continues its run towards 70? Are you in the party with me where we think it's going to correct? I think my new philosophy that it came out, I thought we might hit $50,000 over the summer. I think I've revised that and I've upped the number a bit. I think maybe $53,000 to $54,000. I see Bitcoin hitting that price zone. And to me, anytime Bitcoin hits that price zone, all of the other coins are going to suffer accordingly. And what I am trying to do is watch what drops the most during that amount of time that I have conviction in, that I think can also rebound once Bitcoin rebounds. I do think Bitcoin is going to take off. It is a matter of time. This is a dangerous game. Never try and catch a falling knife. So I have friends and family that ask me, when should I start buying Bitcoin? I say $53,000. The problem is, if we don't hit that number and you miss your opportunity, you're going to think I'm an asshole. So, do I like $62,000 on the 1st of July for Bitcoin? I do not. I think we will have an opportunity between now and August 1st where Bitcoin will drop below $62,000. That is my view. Now, the closer we get to $53,000, the more comfortable I am to start DCAing into Bitcoin. I think that is a fair, safe bet. I think there are some riskier plays to make, but this Bitcoin play could go parabolic, and especially if you were thinking for generational wealth, especially if you're thinking, hey, let's put some money into something and not think about it for 10 years. Let's have peace of mind and absolutely not think about it for 10 years. There are people that put money into rental properties, gold, silver, stamps, baseball cards. I don't give a fuck what you collect. There are people that decide to put money into stuff for the long haul. If you if we get toward $55,000 and you are thinking long haul, aka over 10 years, put it in for Bitcoin. And 10 years from now, if you have not changed your family's life, please call me up. I will leave my number at the end of the podcast. I will not do that, but leave a comment if you're interested in my number, and I will not read those. Last up, let's look at runes. Have they ruined your life? Oh my goodness. So now everybody knows that listens to my podcast. I don't care what your rune is. I don't care what number it is. I don't give a shit. My favorite rune stone is BAMK because it's spelled BAMK. And I find that funny as fuck. So when I look at runes over the last 30 days, the only collection that is up is BAMK. How much is it up over the last 30 days? It's up 160%. The top collection, ZZZZ Fihu, down 29%. Leonidas's Dog Go to the Moon, down 12%. Arctic Genesis Rune, down 43%. And Pup's World Peace, down 35%. BAMK, BAMK, BAMK. Okay, now a couple things before we finish this night up. We're going to do a beer horn. And here we go. NFT sales volume. While it feels like everything is collapsing, we have seen an increase. And this was a report I did earlier today. This is even before the $1 million expenditure came in on Mad Lads. We're going to get into that. Don't buy it. Just fucking subscribe to the Substack. It will be out tomorrow morning. Bitcoin holds steady. It is hovering around the 60 plus or minus mark. Do you think we're going to break through the ceiling? Do you think what's going to happen? Leave word in the comments. Ethereum ETF, it looks like they are going to delay that shit because it's summertime and fucking Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren are out water skiing. We have Solana surpass Ethereum in just overall movement. Wait till they get a load of the stuff that is about to happen on the Solana blockchain. Now listen, all of you people, Solana has the chance to go absolutely parabolic with the ETF. Solana, there's been FUD. It's dropped back down. People don't know what to do. It's at 140. Who the fuck knows what it is right now? The art that is on Solana, right, has also suffered with this FUD. Somebody looked at the collections on Solana, Mad Lads and SMB, which we talked about, and said, hey, I'm going to fucking throw $1 million at this shit because I believe in it. Is it time to throw $1 million at SMB and crank that floor up and just have those two collections be the narratives that become Solana's future forward? We do not know. Vitalik Buterin, he is blasting regulations with a shotgun, a double-barreled side-by-side shotgun. Whapak, kachoom. So why is this interesting? Because he has been criticizing the current approach to regulation in the United States, underscoring the fact that anybody with an innovative, creative idea that wants to put it on blockchain, they look at the United States, they look at the boob show that's happening and running the country. We don't even want to talk about the debate. We don't want to talk about Gary Gensler. We don't want to talk about Elizabeth Warren. We want to talk about the next wave, the possibility of Donald Trump, crypto-friendly president, John Deaton, a crypto-friendly attorney. We want to talk about the people that can change the paradigm for the U.S. to give us the opportunity to compete with the world. At this moment in time, the kibosh that these bozos are trying to put on blockchain are causing innovators to want to leave the U.S. What are innovators? Innovators are people that are involved with the blockchain. 20 years ago, the innovators were the internet people. They flocked to the United States because the United States wanted them to do it here. For some fucking idiotic reason, the United States has this hair up its ass thinking the blockchain is not the next revolution, and it is. We need these people here. If you are counter Bitcoin, I am counter you. Next up, we have Toncoin. I have been talking about it. Holy moly. It is a relatively new project. How many people have been fucking with this? So far, they just crossed about 32 million active users. I brought this up at 600,000 users. Why did I bring it up? Because it was something that happens on the Telegram ecosystem, which is ubiquitous. What does that mean? It means Telegram is fucking everywhere. And if you can push buttons and earn cryptocurrency, and these buttons have the ability to be pushed by anyone, anywhere in the world, that seems like it's fucking super smart. So if you listened, good for you. If you didn't, what's interesting about this, you still have time to get in. I think Toncoin has a fucking brilliant future. So if you have not got on board, you still have time. And what do they say about Bitcoin? Ton, all these cryptocurrencies, you get it at the price you deserve. Last but not least, we have the crypto market. We saw volatility today. We're going to see it tomorrow. We're going to see it every day. You know what is interesting? We had some big losers. So I think about a week and a half ago, we had ENS names run up. So again, these are big expenditures and they cause a market fluctuation. Now, one of the top declines in the last 24 hours is the ENS name. So I am not saying Mad Lads are going to come crashing down. I'm saying I predict Mad Lads will be volatile. You will have a buying opportunity. Whoever got in, God bless you. You know what? I hope you guys have enjoyed your Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. Come back rested. Just come back ready to make some magic. The secret sauce for today is fear is a normal emotion, but courage is the choice to act anyway. Be brave. Still stay. If you're still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack. That's it. Warning. Rare bits may cause hodling. Subscribe to my Substack, share it, do all the things that nice people do. You're fucking around on Sunday, you have nothing to do. Share it, clip it. Tune in tomorrow. I will be on Easy Eats Bodega Show. I don't know, super early. I just moved from the East Coast further west, so it's even earlier for me, so that's crazy. Here's the other thing. I have some fucking banger video ideas coming up. So if anybody is in Austin that wants to do a little cameo appearance in some videos, hit me up. You know where to find me. Stay out of trouble. That's what we got. Ba-boom.